ordinance to repeal and replace section 9A.32.140 of the Bremerton Municipal Code, currently entitled, quote, Cyberstalking. City Attorney Fennell is here to present. Fennell. I am so sorry. I'll get it right one of these years.
That's all right, President Coughlin.
A long story there I won't even get into. My brother
Yeah.
pronounces it Coughlin. I pronounce it Coughlin. Yeah,
Whoa.
we diverged.
All right.
Anyway, Attorney
So-
Fennell, take it away.
All right. So this is really a housekeeping issue. We have cyber stalking in our Bremerton Municipal Code right now. But the legislature in this last year separated out the RCW into cyber stalking and cyber harassment separately. And then in reviewing that and making sure that we had the correct reference in our code, we realized that spoofing had also been added that we had never adopted. We don't have that as like a huge need on the spoofing, but we thought we might as well add it. But the cyber stalking and the cyber harassment are issues. And just so you know how this works is when we haven't adopted the state code, if those crimes happen in our city, they don't go unprosecuted. So don't worry. I mean, it doesn't mean people have gone free or victims haven't had relief. They get referred to the county because they have concurrent jurisdiction. And so one of these came up, we realized that we had the wrong citation and we're here to correct it. And so the amendment would just make it to where our code that changes it from cyber stalking, because it's now called the Washington Cyber Crime Act. It adopts the definition section from the RCW, adds spoofing, electronic data tampering, and then the two citations to cyber harassment and cyber stalking. They're all gross misdemeanors that are things that we can prosecute locally, and so we want them in our code so that we can do so if it comes up.
Thank you. Any questions, comments on this? Seeing any? I see a brief hesitate. Go for it.
Yeah, it came through public safety. We gave it the head nod to keep on going, but what is spoofing? I'm Googling it right now, but
You don't have to
Spoofing.
Google it. I had it ready because I was hoping someone would ask. Okay, so that is the practice where someone will lift your like login information. So I'll read it. A person is guilty of spoofing if he or she without authorization knowingly initiates the transmission, display, or receipt of the identifying information of another organization or person for the purpose of gaining unauthorized access to electronic data, a data system, or data network with the intent to commit another crime in violation of state law not included in this chapter. Spoofing is a gross misdemeanor.
so when somebody steals a password for like your random account and then they use that information to get larger information, like they get your email, get into your email, that sort of thing.
That kind of thing.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't think this
Thanks.
is one that we've had come up, but
Michael. So sorry, microphone just for folks online. I know.
And maybe you shouldn't, are we allowed
Yeah.
to address each other at a study session?
No, I was gonna, sorry, I should go, but I should be sorry.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, we are.
I hope we
We
can.
don't usually
There
have
are rules.
microphones in a study session.
I like that.
And
Oh, we want to do
when
it.
somebody spoofs themselves to pretend to be somebody else to get access.
Okay.
so, yeah, like, I think it's just being dishonest with your computer. I'm just kidding, there's a little bit more to it, but
Well,
yeah,
don't look at my driver's license information either. 'Cause
Um,
that might have lied about the weight.
it's basically making, getting access without authorization for the purpose of committing a crime.
And I just wanted, I know you had pulled it because at least the one that you were working on, because you wanted to update it to be more in line. This is just coming in line with the Washington state law so that we can prosecute within our city because it is a gross demeanor, which is under our, okay. Is there any benefit to keeping it in our municipal courts as opposed to? Because wouldn't it be under the KC jurisdiction if we didn't have, or
Right.
we
So-
already have a law in place for updating it? Can you just clarify those?
Right,
2
so
points?
right now, we have cyber stalking, but it references the wrong RCW.
Got
Because they've changed the numbering, and so it references the wrong one. So we couldn't prosecute this locally because our code is wrong. And so if we tried, someone would point that out and they would get their case dismissed. And so the reason that we do that is that so we have a prosecutor's office and we have a municipal court. And so we want to have the ability to put those cases into our system instead of push them over to the county. If I mean, like there have been circumstances where like cities have completely repealed their municipal like criminal code as a way to divert cases to the county instead of their own courts. So those are like things that get into a whole other issue where like, but for one or two cases here and there, they don't mind when we send them over. If it was something where we were doing it, I guess, frankly, more deliberately, then there's a provision in the RCW that we could actually be forced into arbitration to start paying them.
Okay. Thank you very much for explaining all that. That's all.
Excellent. All right, consent? Consent it is. All right, thank you so much, Attorney Fennel. Getting close to an hour and a half, and we're about the end of the section A, so folks feel good with reconvening at 6:35. All right, 10-minute break, 6:35. 35. All right, I'll go back to the meeting here. We're now in general council business, and up first is B1. Audit Committee Chair Anna Mockler to provide a summary of highlights of the recent audit committee meetings on February 27th and March 6th. Oh, sorry, microphone.